It is my advice to other targeted individuals. Um, if you're talking to someone and they're not buying into what you're saying, don't frustrate yourself. You know what I mean? Um, or you could always take it to the always the medical industry, the psychiatry industry is not gonna push you around. You know what I mean? It's their job to if you're talking and you're because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be complaining when you are talking to somebody in the psychiatry department and stuff. If they ever deny what you're saying as illegitimate, write them up, okay? Because the the person that architect this whole person that designed this whole um, program made it in such a way that like if you're talking to somebody they have to give you legitimacy. I promise you that, you know what I mean, and they practice it till this day. Like you, if you go to well, I'm gonna talk from the military. If I go to a social worker and I'm complaining stuff, okay, she would never say to me, boy, you're talking crazy, boy. You know what I mean? What it, her job is to get me over that hump, that gap. You know what I mean? Her job is to get me past that. You know what I'm saying? And she might talk about, well, um, um, strategies for you to forget about it and stuff. And of course, you're not going to be like, what are you talking about? I don't want to forget about this shit. You know what I mean? It's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Because that's the rule of thumb. Like, if every time your tire is flat and you put air in it, then you could, like, it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. The next morning when you wake up to your car, your tire going to be flat. You know what I mean? You have to face it head on. Like, no, I'm not going to pretend that putting air is going to make it go away tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that was just one of my goals and stuff, man. And I'm glad because they didn't let up on me. You know what I'm saying? They were always on my ass. You know what I mean? And now I understand now that I'm a targeted individual. You know what I mean? And another thing too, I realized that I saw a guy on Dr. Phil was talking about it and stuff. The minute you start talking about it, like I guess you upset them. But like I'm kind of good now. You know, hear no sirens. You know, hear no lot of engines and stuff. But like, um, so I think I promise you, I'm not out this program. But I think with him, they was trying to send a message. You know what I mean? Because not like when you get the key, I think at different levels you're given. They are the gatekeepers, right? That's a beautiful way. Like when you reach the level one gate to get to level two, if you're past level one, they will give you the key to get to level two. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's like it's levels to it and stuff. And he been in this. The guy. What confuses me is that the guy been in this program since '96, right? And he was talking to a news reporter, and the helicopter still was bothering him and stuff, man. That's kind of perplexed to me. Anyways, man. But in the beginning stages and stuff, man, every time I was making videos and stuff, the siren would go off and stuff, and I mean, and that was irritating to me, you know. And I realized that the truth is like it's a scary stuff because think about when people talk about Illuminati and stuff, man. Like, bro, they will kill you or they'll make it look like a suicide with two bullets in your head. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's kind of scary, but it's not scary if you're talking truth about it. You know what I mean? A lot of people will be confused and like, that's how they know. Like, if you making videos and you talking rubbish and stuff, nah, you mark for that. You gotta be on point. You gotta be on point. And it's easy to be on point because they literally guide you. You know what I mean? To be on point and stuff and factual and so on. You know what I mean? And a good example is that I was talking about when I was in a spiritual form, I was seeing my future and stuff, but it's kind of like in the television form and stuff. And I mean, and I use the word time traveling. The guy like, nah, it's not time traveling. Because it's like I just said it like the Minority Report. I was like, no, man, it's like time traveling because I was literally traveling. I could feel the things that was happening. I could feel it. You know what I mean? You know. So I guess every time you talk stuff factual, you get a pass to the next level. You know what I'm saying? But mine's different though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody time travel to 96 and wake me up, man. You know what I mean? Because even in 96, right? And that's the funny thing about it. And I was telling people, you know, generally, like if you doing a drug like angel dust or PCP and stuff, man, like I don't even know what to call it, but nothing small like marijuana. And you happen to walk in, it's kind of like you're walking on your parents' room and stuff, and you see your parents have sex. You get scared by the reaction, right? Their job when you cross into the realm in that spiritual realm illegally is to scare the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? I promise you that's their job because when I promise my pot wasn't laced, right? But when I had the experience and stuff, and the spirit took me um, like a TV, he knew what he was doing because he knew back in the future into 2020 all this shit's gonna happen, and for it to be legit I have to have a spiritual experience because by definition when you have a spiritual outer body experience you're schizophrenic. That's the underlying terminology right there, okay, for schizophrenia. Okay, so I had to meet that requirement. So he time traveled like fuck. Let's make this boy. Let's make it happen. I mean, and to me that's illegal shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, because I don't need medicine and stuff, man. So what happened now? When I went home, okay, um, I was surprised I made it home, man. I was surprised I made it home, and every time I'm walking and stuff, I see people watching me and shit like, oh god, they know I'm high, they know I'm high. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, no, I got to my house and stuff, man, and what played off, man. Uh, then I think it was like into the third week or the fourth week. You know what I mean? Like about it wasn't right away, okay. I start waking up like about 3:33 in the morning, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of strange activities. Like one night it would be Frankenstein and Count Dracula or some kind of vampire. You know what I mean? The next 2 or 3 days or the next night or something like that. It wasn't on the same night. The next night might be um a dragon cursing. You know what I mean? You know, a whole bunch of cursing and stuff. Um, the next night I might wake up at 3:33 and the TV might be on saying something for me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm saying, but it all stopped when I woke up one night at 3:33 in the morning and I had a eagle on my bed. And I'm saying, you know, so like a whole bunch of strange shit. You know what I mean? So I was kind of paying attention to. Oh, it's okay. Um, all right, let me see if I can finish it up right. So I was paying attention to a guy called Boozy Badass, a rapper, and I keep saying it over again, but I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay because I wanted to stay in my memory. Sorry. So when I start making my videos together, it's a nice little flow through. Boozy Badass had an experience on dust, angel dust, right? And the same spirits to him he doesn't know, but he just thought he was tripping. The same spirits had to scare him, had to deter him from doing that drug over again. You know what I'm saying? And they appeared to him as Confederate soldiers on horses. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, so that definitely worked. It worked for me because after that experience, I knew that I was not going to smoke pot anymore. You know what I mean? People laughing at me and stuff. I was humiliated and shit. Sorry. So it happened on a Friday. So Monday when I went back to school and stuff, when I was lying up to get into school, the guys and stuff was laughing and shit. They're like, "Oh, Trini going off running and stuff," and I mean, so I was embarrassed. So you know what I mean? I just knew. Oh, and just my own recollect, on my own analytics. I was like, okay, let me slow down on the pot. And I mean, like right now, pot is not for me. And I mean, and I've been smoking pot years before that and shit. Okay, so that was '96. I went to college in '97. Graduated in 2001. Um, 2000, summer 2003. I was like, you know what? Let me smoke pot, man. And I'm saying it's been a long 10 years. Um, 7, and I'm saying. Um, so been some good years and stuff. Let me smoke a joint and stuff, man. I explained to the guys and stuff that what pot does to me, what pot did to me the last time, and I was kind of nervous, blah blah blah. And they assured me it was not laced, right? You know what I'm saying. So I took the hit and stuff, man. All skipping a beat. You know what I'm saying? Came right back at me and hold me. Bro, that was it. Since 2003, I haven't smoked pot. Well, guess what happened, right? When these guys was messing with me in upstate New York and stuff, a guy came to talk to me at the state trooper barracks and stuff, talking about reptilians and so on. I didn't care about that shit. Um, so ever since that night, man, and like out of my mouth, I said to him, I'm allergic to pot and so on. And I mean, I didn't have to say that to him. You know what I'm saying? But it had to be manifested. You know what I mean? And the spirit that was in the room and stuff, run with that shit. And every time I'm driving and shit, man, and I'm thinking it's the people in front of me driving crazy doing that shit. You know what I mean? Nah, man. It was spirit, and I'll tell you why it's a spirit, right? Um, because when I got to Philly and stuff, and I got my own place, it jumped back up. And I mean, the same stuff they was doing in northern New York, it's that happened back here in Pennsylvania. So I decided to take matters into my own hand. I was hitting people cars with hammer and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to take matters into my own hand and I slammed my brakes. And the guy hit me in the back and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But according to the author of this program and stuff, he says that like they will always um, do stuff that you could identify it's them. So when I realized that the guy in the back of me was them and stuff, I just slammed my car. He had no part to do with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was kind of supposed to confuse me. And then like I sit there and I start watching his body language and stuff like that. He's nothing to do with him. But now walking to his car now, I smell pot. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is up with this pot? Like, you know what I mean? And then I started to make sense and stuff. Like, they are trying to find my triggers. If these guys are gods and stuff, why they testing me like I'm a laboratory rat? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? You guys, they are much. Their IQ is way above mine. Like, and I'll show you how when I mean their IQ is way above mine. Like everything they do, if I try to counteract it, I lose. You know what I mean? Like they're really smart. If I say to myself, like, I'm gonna make a left turn here instead of right. You know what I mean? They know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if it doesn't show a sense of how clever they are and stuff, man. If I get in an argument, I mean, I would try to trick them by acting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's a good point too, okay? I will try to use trickery. And no matter what I do to out trick these dudes using um my reaction, my my facial verbal cues and stuff, like they always got me beat. They always got me beat, man. I mean, for crying out loud, man, they have the whole Hollywood industry. They have acting like these dudes these angels real good psychologists, man. You know what I mean? And I saw one, but I did not see him in the I say see him. I didn't see it. I saw one in '96. Okay, I was at the MCS hospital, and what they move um, with like a fiery ball. You know what I mean? But it wasn't walking this way. It wasn't like in a human form or nothing. It was just like a pillow, like a big circle. You know what I mean? Like a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? And it was moving transversely. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's moving this way, kind of like it was floating. It wasn't really walking. You know what I mean? Because if it was walking, it would have been upright. So if I was going this way, you know what I mean? And it's really powerful. Okay, I don't know if colors identify the powers and stuff, the echelon, you know what I mean? Um, but the one that came out of my chest was a yellowish greenish one, yellowish greenish bluish, kind of cotton looking color. And the one that MCS, but the day of MCS when I saw it, when I was in the hospital, I did not see it. I feel a presence. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of like you had a dream. You know what I mean? I don't know if I had a dream. Okay. When I was in a spiritual form and I saw it, it was like a TV. Okay. Now the TV went away now, and I'm in a physical form. Fast forward now in 2020, everything matched up from what I remember in my vision stuff. Like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? And I also put stuff together. So like, at that time, when in my anticipation of what was going on, I was like, okay, today is the day I'm gonna physically see the fiery ball, and I didn't see it. I just felt the presence, and that's that, man.